Hi, my name is Jennifer. I live here in Montreal, Quebec. And a couple of days ago, Rose from Refuge RR, she contacted me to see if it'd be possible to send a little video clip on how Refuge RR has been able to help me out. Now, this situation happened back in the winter time of 2019, and it had to do with the homeless. During that winter, we had major ice, very, very cold, -40 temperatures, cold snaps that were lasting for more than just a couple of days. And with the homeless people, they were suffering, but also the animals that were with the homeless people were suffering. So a lot of deaths happened with these animals, and beautifully, Refuge RR came out, helped out, gave the word to people who work with the homeless in Montreal and elsewhere in Canada to say, if you need to have shelter for these animals, we can go and find a location for them so that at least they're safe. And then once the cold snap would be over, the animals would be returned back to the homeless people. A lot of homeless did use it, and let me tell you that in itself, it was not an easy situation for them, because of the fact that you're also dealing with a lot of mental health issues. And the number one complaint that a lot of people have with homeless people is they are aware of time, but it's their time, and it's hard with communication and stuff like that, because they're not on the same time clock as, say, somebody who works 9 to 5. The situation that also happened that same year was a dog got stolen. Actually, multiple animals got stolen, but this one in particular, I get society believes that animals should not be with the homeless because of the care and stuff like that, but there are different resources that are available. So the animals do get fixed, the animals get their shots, food is provided, general information about proper care for the animals. And I also know a lot of homeless people that will collect money so that they are able to put their animals in the wintertime under shelter, especially now after 2 years ago with that really bad winter we had. The situation that happened with this one, it was a German Shepherd, and a couple of people were taking too much of an interest with this dog, and the owner, the homeless guy, he was also ill at the same time, both mental health and also a physical issue that he was going through. So he had other homeless people that were taking care of the animal when he would have to go to the hospital. What happened was these people took advantage of the situation, a very cold night, and pretty much offered the guy that was helping the other homeless person to offer him refugee into a hotel that would accept animals. And after a while, what ended up happening was the dog was stolen. There was no more communication with the homeless, between the two homeless people. The gentleman that owned the dog, he was freaking out because this was his companion. It was one of the reasons why he was trying to stay clean. He was trying in his own way of improving his life because he loved this dog. And I tried to contact the cops. The cops didn't really care because it had to do with a homeless person. And pretty much the only person that stepped up and said, you know what, homeless people do deserve to have the same rights as anybody else, was Rose from Refuge RR. She came down to Montreal during just after a snowstorm, and we had major ice on the road and everything. She still did the trek. I waited for her downtown. We went to the police station. She was able to go and get that police report that was required so that we could then continue on and say that, yes, this is a legit case. So she got the police report done. Then afterwards, the media was interested. Global News specifically was interested. And so we were able to put it on the news and put pressure on the people that did steal this dog. Because at the time, we didn't know, was this dog being used for dog bait? Was this dog used for dog fighting? Or was this dog actually being properly taken care of? because of the pressure that was done, with the fact that it was on the media, was all through the social networking, and all of Rose's contacts were on high alert, taking a look, checking different posts all over the place, to see if this dog would turn up. We ended up finding one of her contacts contacted her saying, "I think I found the dog." And this dog was now located in a shelter that was dumped there, pretty much just dumped there, about maybe 45 minutes away from Montreal. So it was very close to the US border. And don't forget, this rescue is actually located in Ontario. So her network reaches far and wide throughout Ontario and Quebec, plus various other places. And anyway, because of this, she right away was able to contact the shelter. Because of the people that stole the dog, how it was all done, it did put the dog onto very uneasy terms. The dog was not feeling secure anymore, and so the dog did become aggressive. Now, most people would just be like, you know what, kill the animal. That's it. We're done. One of the beautiful things about Refuge RR is that they will use all resources possible to save this animal's life. And that's exactly what they did. We spoke with a homeless gentleman, and it was his choice. He did sign over all legal rights to Refuge RR so that we could get the proper rehabilitation, because there was no way that we could, in good conscience, put a dog who is deemed aggressive now back out on the streets. It's a public safety issue, so we explained this all to the homeless person. He agreed. You know what? I love my dog. He deserves to have a better life. If you can go and do it, then do it. So he ended up going fully to the Refuge RR, to Rose. Rose found an amazing trainer who was able to do all the rehab for this dog, to the point where dealing with the aggression, dealing with the insecurities, she pretty much changed this dog's life and people are looking at me crazy now. Anyway, she was able to go and get this dog to be fully reformed, and now this dog has been adopted out, and this dog is living a beautiful life. He's in a home. He knows what it's like to sleep in a bed with his owner who loves him. Like, this dog would never have had this chance if it wasn't for Refuge RR. So they are like one of the best rescues to deal with dogs, cats, horses, any farm animal, actually any animal, birds. If there's any questions that are required from the public to find out what would be the best thing to do, Refuge RR have always stepped up, and they always do what they can to go and help out the animals. So they're one of the rescues. They're one of the few legit rescues that, right now, because of COVID-19, everybody's struggling. The rescues are struggling too. And even though, yes, money is beyond tight, like, we're all struggling big time. But we also got to remember too that we as rescuers, we can't just abandon the animals. We always got to try to figure out ways. And let me tell you, we have gotten very creative to go and stretch $5, $10. We've learned ways of how to stretch this so that we're able to meet all the medical requirements, meet all the food requirements, the socialization requirements. But please, if you're able to, a couple of bucks. If everyone gives a couple of bucks, it is true. It does go a long way. Just keep it Refuge RR in your heart and in your prayers that they are able to continue on their mission, which is to provide safety, provide rescue, urgent care, urgent vet care, and long-term care for animals that everybody else has just literally said they're not worth it. And Refuge RR do find these animals worth it. So please, if you can, help out. Thank you very much. Take care, and everybody stay safe. And just letting you know, because I am in a car, I am part of the essential workers here in Montreal, so that's the reason why that you see me in a car. I'm in the middle of two different things right now. But I just want to send a quick clip to Rose and to Refuge RR to show my appreciation. And definitely, they're a great rescue. Thanks. Bye-bye.